Deep beneath the waves, in the Hadal zone, lies a world where light never reaches, and ancient secrets are buried under the crushing weight of the ocean. Ancient shipwrecks lie forgotten, covered in thick moss and silence, as small creatures flee from an unseen presence lurking within the chilling and dark depths below. The pressure here is immense, yet life persists in strange forms, with glowing corals illuminating the marine snow that falls like dust in this silent, watery grave. In this realm of eternal night, every flicker of light is a beacon or a trap, where the silence is heavy and the atmosphere is thick with mystery. Something stirs in the deepest trenches. A legend long thought extinct is waking up, sensing the movement of the currents and the pulse of the living sea. 10,000 meters down, where myths become reality, a colossal hunter opens its eye, ready to reclaim its throne as the undisputed king of the dark abyss. A shadow moves through the darkness, larger than any ship, moving with a terrifying grace that belies its massive size and the raw power it commands. This is the Megalodon, the ultimate predator of the ancient world, back from the shadows of history with scars that tell stories of 1,000 forgotten battles. With a bite force that can crush bone and steel, its jaws are a death sentence to anything that crosses its path in these unforgiving, lightless waters. It circles the ruins of human history, a ghost of the Pliocene epoch, reclaiming the territory that has belonged to its kind for millions of terrifying years. Every movement is calculated. Every beat of its massive tail propels it forward with the force of a locomotive, making it the most feared ruler of oceans. Even the apex predators of today are mere snacks for this titan, as it demonstrates the raw, unbridled power that kept it at the top of food chain. The Megalodon, a name that means big tooth, and a presence that means certain death. It is the undisputed master of the ancient, watery deep. But the Megalodon is not alone in these depths, as something even more alien and ancient begins to rise from the very floor of the ocean trench. X-shaped suction cups and barbed hooks flex in the dark, searching for purchase as a nightmare from the deepest legends prepares to reveal its true form. The Kraken, a cephalopod of impossible proportions, changes color to reflect its growing rage, turning the water red with the promise of a violent encounter. Its movements are fluid and silent, a mass of muscle and ink that has inspired sailors' nightmares for centuries, now hunting in its own dark domain. With enough strength to pull entire ships beneath the waves, the Kraken's grip is inescapable, a crushing force that turns solid wood into mere splinters. The Kraken, a monster of nightmares, and the master of the many-armed strike, ready to defend its territory against the giant that has entered its lair. The apex predator has found its match, and as the Megalodon charges forward with incredible speed, the very water around them begins to boil with anticipation. The Kraken responds with a flurry of tentacles, creating a defensive barrier of spikes and suction as it prepares to grapple with the oncoming titan. Through the eyes of the hunter, we see the target, a mass of shifting flesh and deadly arms that stands between the shark and its ultimate victory. A cloud of ink erupts, turning the darkness into a total blackout, as the Kraken uses its natural defenses to confuse the senses of its powerful attacker. But the Megalodon finds its mark, its teeth sinking deep into the Kraken's flesh. A strike that would kill any other creature in the sea instantly. The impact shakes the seabed, a collision of ancient titans that send shockwaves through the abyss, stirring up centuries of settled dust and prehistoric remains. The Kraken retaliates, wrapping its powerful arms around the shark's head, aiming for the sensitive gills in a desperate attempt to choke the life out. The shark thrashes with primal fury, using its immense weight and muscle to break free from the strangling hold of the many-armed beast of the deep. The battle is illuminated by the flickering lights of the deep, a chaotic dance of death between two legends that time had almost forgotten. They sink deeper into the trench, where the pressure is high enough to crush a submarine, yet their battle only grows more intense and desperate. The Megalodon executes a terrifying death roll, a maneuver of pure destruction that tears through the Kraken's rubbery skin like a hot knife through butter. Blood fills the water, a dark veil that marks the beginning of the end for one of these monsters. As the ocean claims its violent tax, the Kraken tightens its grip, using every ounce of its strength to squeeze the giant predator, its suckers leaving permanent marks on the shark's ancient skin. Gravity and the struggle pull them down into the void, into the very heart of the abyss where no human eye has ever dared to look. The pressure is unbearable, the shark's prehistoric instincts screaming for survival as it faces the most dangerous moment in its long and bloody life. They hit the cliff face with the force of a mountain falling, a cataclysmic impact that echoes through the deep and shakes the very foundations. The earth itself gives way, burying the combatants in a tomb of stone and silt, as the ocean floor reacts to their titanic struggle for dominance. Shockwaves ripple through the water, a violent tremor that signals the final desperate stage of this clash between the lords of the prehistoric deep. In the darkness and the dust, the final blows are struck, a primitive and brutal conclusion to a fight that has lasted for an eternity. Silence returns to the trench, the dust settles, and the ocean regains its calm, as if the violent battle had been nothing more than a dream. Out of the gloom, a single silhouette emerges, a testament to the endurance and the raw power required to survive at the bottom of the world. The Megalodon remains battered and bruised, but still breathing, its body a map of the war it just fought and won against the legend. With a piece of its rival as a grim trophy, the shark moves on, the undisputed champion of the abyss, continuing its reign over the deep. The Kraken disappears into the shadows, a defeated god returning to the dark to heal and wait for another chance to claim the ocean throne. The ocean has its rules, and today the shark has proven that some legends are more powerful than others in the vast, blue, empty deep. Who will be the next to challenge the king? Subscribe now to witness more epic battles between the most terrifying monsters of the prehistoric world.